Kazakhstan has been hosting the third Astana Economic Forum. 2,000 economists from 50 countries discussing ways to avoid a repeat of the recession and financial downturn. As one of the biggest victims of the crisis, Europe received quite a bit of advice, like this from the former Canadian Prime Minister.
There are some countries which are too heavily in debt and which have deficits that are far too big, and what happens with that is that it has slowed down the private sector investment because the government takes too much, and then that creates uncertainty, and so the private sector stays away. So then Canada's experience in 1993-94 was that we were in the same situation, but we put the government's finances in order in any case, and doing that created a climate of trust, and private sector investments picked up.
The European Investment Bank is one of the organisations trying to get the European debt crisis under control. In Astana, its president defended the need for austerity measures to ignite a recovery.
Obviously, one must implement in Europe a strategy of budgetary consolidation, because it's the only way to restore market confidence. So we must start that consolidation, but obviously each country's specific situation is different, and you shouldn't apply the same measures everywhere to the same extent.
Lack of growth and increasing debt have taken a toll on the euro. Its swift depreciation is not necessarily a negative, though, says Nobel Prize winner in economics Robert Mandel.
It hasn't gone down a great deal. It hasn't gone down. When bad news comes out, it might go down 2 or 3 or 4 cents, but it's not a big deal. And the euro is recovered from its low points. I think it overshot in the downward direction. And nobody can tell what it's going to be like on a day-to-day basis, because that depends on emotions and speculation and news that comes out. But I would think that the euro is well priced right now.
At the forum, host President Nursultan Nazarbayev pointed out that the best way to exit the crisis is through more economic integration, including a world common currency. It's a concept defended by Spanish economist Ramon Tamames.
From the year 1944 until 1971, the world had a universal currency without realizing it. It was the international monetary system governed by the IMF, but that was destroyed with the removal of the gold standard, and instead we got floating rates that have caused so many crises. The advantages of a global currency are wide financial stability and the removal of transaction costs. Besides, it would allow less developed countries that now have worthless domestic currencies to have a real currency.
More economic integration, not less, is key to attracting foreign investment. That's why Kazakhstan has just formed a customs union with Russia and Belarus, a single market with common rules, as the country's economic development and trade minister explains.
We have introduced a single customs duty, import duties, and now we have the same non-tariff measures like licensing for imports and being applied by these 3 countries.
Kazakhstan wants to play a major role in globalization. Work will start soon on a 5,000-kilometer highway which will connect China to Europe. But what is the main point of entry to investing here? We spoke with a key player, the head of the country's sovereign wealth fund.
Let's say a channel between government and corporate sector is our organization, which is the Sovereign Wealth Fund Samruk Kazina. Under our management, the assets which belongs to the government, with estimation like $70 billion US. So we are shareholders of national uranium, oil and gas company, national aviation, railway system. So we are owners of several banks, and I think we are good and reliable partners for the big companies. So we could consider it different opportunities to create joint venture, to create equity funds, to provide the debt financing, everything.
It's said that both language and ideas travel faster over the sea than the vast steppes. And here are the 2 big ideas from the Astana Forum: to take advantage of the vitality and resources of emerging countries and create a true world currency.
Constantino de Miguel, Euronews, Astana.